Hello people of the world, how's it going? This is it, this is WELLLL, the Logic session, and it's not a crazy Logic session, it's quite reasonable. I'm going to scroll down and show you all the tracks before we delve into the details. We have a track count today of 418, or 419 you could say, and that's rather tame by my standards. I've done Logic sessions of upwards of 700 or 800 tracks, so this is falls nicely in the sort of average in the middle. You see that? This sound is in fact an image. It's not a sound. Well, it is a sound, but it's a sound converted into an image. There you go. The big reveal. It's a human croc. It's a croc drawn in a spectrogram. This program is called Isotope RX. This is currently version 10. Great. I would highly recommend this software. Essentially, this is a myriad of different axes. So this is low frequencies, and this is high frequencies. Okay, anyway, there are actually more voices up here. Very nice. And if you listen closely enough, you can hear this is a justly tuned chord. That is quite flat. And I won't go into just intonation on this particular live stream, but in physics, every triad is tuned it's slightly differently from the way it's tuned on the piano, and so that every third, the fifth harmonic up, is about 14/100ths of a semitone flat, and that makes it very, very in tune. And so that note there is just perfectly in tune with triad, so it kind of unifies. Anyway, all right. One of the things I've been very obsessed with recently is just notes that are gliding between one note and another. It's just incredibly interesting. And Whammy did this cool thing where she glided kind of from one note to another. Yeah. One of my biggest inspirations, lifelong inspirations, is the THX theme. I'm sure you'll agree. So cool. And yeah, every opportunity I get to sort of glide things in different directions, oh, I take it. For this recipe, I decided to, oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, I auto-tuned or pitch corrected some of them and not others, so that there was even more kind of imperfectory overlap. So yeah, these are quite corrected, and only to these notes. E add 2. So it kind of goes, but then these ones here are just natural, no tuning. And together, it's like I had like this sort of internal staircase to the sound. It's like, ooh, you know, that's what I was going for. Oof. Triplety, but not just triplety with a wonk. Quite cool. I'm oft inspired and have oft spoken about music that is not it doesn't conform to a grid. Like it's a whole bunch of different rhythmic elements that are sort of slightly disparate from each other. So instead of you can get like lots of Moroccan music does that, and other things. So inspired by this, it's just sort of, yeah, just sort of twists your brain up in quite a nice way. There's another thing that's going on here musically that might be fun to talk about. I don't know about you, but the first time I heard this song, I thought that it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. But I was wrong, because it's actually 1, 2, 3. So that was the whole thing's quite unnerving and destabilizing. But I do enjoy authoring and concocting time tricks, you could say, things that move the gravity of the time. And I did such a thing here. And so the drums come in on the second of the beat, the second guitar beat, and it throws you for a loop. And basically what I did for that was I plugged my Strandberg guitar into one of those red whammy pedals, you know, that the pitch can go up and down. So I had my guitar going, and I just kind of fluffed about for a little bit, and then I chopped up my favorite elements into distinct little frames. And then I distributed them at will in the place where I felt they made the most sense. So the most important sound in this section is this tape hiss sound. Listen closely. Do you hear that? It's very quiet. But if you really listen, that's what's going on. Very, very quietly. And you may ask, why, Jacob, would you add that sound into your song? And my answer to you would be, it wets the palate. It cools you down. It gives your tongue a rest, you know? But this is the kind of sound that you feel, but you don't hear, but you feel. And there are lots of sounds like that in songs that I make. I try and put sounds in that you feel it, but you don't necessarily have to hear it, but you sense it, because it is there, and you can actually hear it if you listen very closely, but it's more about it's like a palatary change. You can say palatary change. Yeah, love them. These are all voices. This is most of what's going on in this section is voices. And one thing I thought about when I was singing this is just the difference in like manual formant of voices like this. So you got keep it, shake it, like this, and then you go keep it, like sort of Michael McDonald style vibe. So those are sort of the lighter formants. And that's a high formant. But what I strive for is it's a nice mixture of elements where you can sort of, it feels like there's multiple characters, but there's one person, you know. And what you may notice is I mix this along like in binaural. So if you wear headphones, you'll actually notice this moving around you. Quite an entertaining way. And then there's this alarm clock. And that one just stays right in the middle. So you kind of got this like dualistic approach. And then you got some horns and stuff. That's fun, isn't it? And there's even the boiling of a kettle. One of my favourite sounds. So calming and reassuring. And I think my favourite element of all the drums is this. This is like an orchestral kit. Now this is the secret sauce. This is just the Logic orchestral kit that you can find in Logic here. Just percussion orchestral kit. And there's so many great sounds. You know, you can't overlook Logic. Logic's just so great. These are the orchestral sounds I picked. It's just two. I think it's just a bass drum and a cymbal. Bass drum, cymbal. And it's those cymbals that you play with both hands. So if you play all the drums together without the orchestral drums, it sounds like this. Cool. And if you add them in, very cool. And the cymbals kind of goes with the distortion of the guitar. Kind of creates a nice spicy recipe. I don't know why it says looseness 43%. That is mysterious to me. I have no idea what that means. Anyway, looseness 43%. Actually, I think that's a good percentage for looseness in life. 43% looseness is good. If you get over 50% looseness, then you start losing form. But under 40, and then you start getting too terse. That's my personal opinion.